Good morning, board members and staff. My name is Margaret Petros. I'm a longtime victim of crime advocate and the executive director at the Bay Area nonprofit Mothers Against Murder. Before I begin, I want to pause and express sincere sympathy for the family, friends, and supporters of Charlie Kirk, who was violently murdered recently. Regardless of political differences, no one in this country should lose their life for expressing their opinion. Violence of this kind is unacceptable, and my thoughts as an individual, as well as a professional victim advocate, are with his wife, with his 2 young children, and all in this nation who are grieving for this loss. Now, turning to the matter before this board is item number 3. Since you don't allow comments, public comments on executive officers' report, I'd like to share my thoughts here. And reading the California Victim Compensation Board's annual report is upsetting to me. Seeing that the legislature appropriated $172.6 million for this agency to serve crime victims in 24-25, yet only $44 million annual actually made its way to victims. That leaves over $127 million unaccounted for in terms of direct victim assistance. My question is, where did it go to? Not to families burying their children, not to survivors of rape, domestic violence, child abuse cases, and certainly not to the thousands of victims who applied and were denied. The truth is, this report is not transparent. It does not tell us clearly an accounting of how much went to salaries, executive staff, IT contract, consultants, so we can determine what's happening with those funds. Lack of transparency is an insult to every single victim who was denied help this year. Out of 35,480 claims processed, more than 10,000 were denied. So that's nearly 29%. 1 in 3 victims was told no. That's thousands of shattered lives, and twice, first by the violent crime and then by this agency. When an agency holds $172 million in its hands and less than a third of that ever reaches the people it is meant for, that's really bad management. So before you today is agenda item number 3. I urge board members to ask the executive staff to release details to the public, explain why less than $45 million went to victims, and address why nearly 29% of claims was denied. Victims, advocates, the public deserve transparency. Thank you for your efforts, and thank you for allowing me the public comment.
Thank you, Ms. Petros, and I know we all agree that political violence is totally unacceptable and horrifying, so thank you for your input as well.